Well, TekkaBooSon, I mean that, take a bow.
In 28 years, we've never lost to Tottenham at home. I'm 26 years old, and in my entire lifetime, we've never lost to Tottenham in the league at home. It's not a nice feeling. It's a bit... It says a lot about the current team, I think, that it doesn't matter what manager we've had, what team or players we've had in the last 28 years. We've had a lot worse teams than we've got at the moment, and this team, not only did we lose, it was the manner in which we lost. I could stomach it a bit more if there was some sort of fight or leadership, or it was a close game, or you know, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. The first half, I felt we played better. Morata got another goal, so that's 2-2 for him. Really pleased for him, and it looks like he's slowly getting his confidence back. His link-up play is getting better. What I really like about Morata is his first-time switches. So he's back to goal, and then he'll just play the ball out to the left wing or the right wing straight away. So it's a really nice switch and play. Obviously, the main problem with Morata is his strength. But he is improving. Very happy he's got a couple goals now, and hopefully it continues, and hopefully he stays. But yeah, spineless. I think the only player that sort of comes out of that game with any sort of pride intact is Kante, because he reminds me of Ramirez in the sense that he always gives it his all every game. The only difference is with Kante is he's actually a very talented footballer. Never rated Ramirez, but Kante is just absolutely superb. We're going to really struggle to hold on to him in the summer. He's done 2 seasons here now. Won the league. I don't know. I don't feel like he's ready to leave yet. I don't think he's in a hurry to leave, but I think he's the one that a lot of clubs are going to be after. He doesn't particularly have any loyalty to Chelsea. Didn't have any loyalty to Leicester. So I think if a bid comes in, I mean, what is he? Probably a 100 million plus player. When you bought him for 32. Look at the way the board are going at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if they entertain an offer like that. Yeah, it was an awful game. It was an awful game. Christian Eriksen's goal as well. I felt like Caballero should have saved that. It's gone straight down the middle. I think Courtois tips that over. I don't think it was as good a goal as it was made to look. Not to say it wasn't a good strike and there was some dip on it, but Caballero's got to go for that. He just seemed to be rooted to the spot. That sort of swung the game. Up until half-time we were in control, and then it just all went tits up. And what pissed me off the most was Conte. He's checked out as a manager. He didn't even bother making changes until, the 80th. He didn't change formation. Nothing was working. He just not asked. He is just not asked. And I love Conte. I loved him as a manager up until now. I think he could have gone on to become one of our best managers ever. He's one of the... If you look at his first season, tactically, he's one of the best managers we've ever had. But I think he just doesn't get on with our board, and he just wants to go. I mean, obviously, he's not getting the money as well. So he only left Juventus because of that. So if he's going to leave Juventus because of lack of money, then obviously he's going to leave Chelsea even quicker. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. Eden Hazard as well. I don't know where he's gone the last 2 months. I think he's checked out. I imagine he's off to Madrid. I can't see any reason why he would stay again with no Champions League. Hopefully we get an absolute shitload of money for him. I think we do need to sell him this summer if we're going to, because I think if we have another poor season next season, then I think he's got 1 year left in his contract then, so he'll go for peanuts. We can't afford to let a £150 million player go for half his price. So I'd rather just sell him now, get rid, start building the team up, start integrating some youth. Need to get some leaders in, or need to at least bring in, I think, a manager like Jody Morris, who understands Chelsea. He understands what it means to be a Chelsea player. He's a fan of the club. He'll bring for the youth because he knows the youth players. I think we should get someone in like Jody Morris, who's clearly a talented manager at the level he's currently operating at, and just give him a chance, promote within, trying to get some sort of spirit back in the team. We've lost John Terry, we've lost Frank Lampard, we've lost Petr Cech, we've lost Didier Drogba, lost Ashley Cole. These are players at the club for over 10 years, you know. They got it, and players would come and go, but those are our mainstays. We don't have any mainstays anymore. Most of our players are mercenaries and would go at the drop of a hat. So it's a very important summer for us. Not only player-wise and manager-wise, but I do think we need to get a director of football in who has some sort of clear strategy and power. Emenalo, still unsure exactly how much power he had in regards to decisions. Yeah, it's just a complete mess at Chelsea at the moment. If we go out and spend more money on another manager and then just sack him within 2 years, it just doesn't make any sense. We've got loads of deadwood at the moment, likes of Pedro who are fading fast, Danny Drinkwater who is just a very average player. I don't understand where he fits in, and he costs, what, 35, 37 million. We need to start playing some of the youth players or the younger players. Kennedy, I think he's looking pretty good. Always liked him. Callum Hudson-Odoi, saw him live a couple of times and he's very, very sharp. He absolutely deserves a chance. Kurt Zuma's coming back as well. Hopefully we can keep hold of Michy Batshuayi because he's doing incredible things at Dortmund. Whether or not Morata stays, I don't know, but he's a very, very talented striker. We'll either get rid of him and get loads of money, probably go to Real Madrid again, or we'll keep him and he'll be a class striker. So, I just... By some sort of miracle we're going to get Champions League. Other than that, which I can't see happening, it's a very disappointing season, and an FA Cup cannot salvage it. I would much rather a top four than an FA Cup. I know a lot of people over sort of the age of 35, 40 prefer the FA Cup, but I mean, in the way modern football is at the moment, it's just not. It's just not valued as much because the Champions League brings in so much money, and it's also like players won't come to you because you won the FA Cup. So you can't say, oh yeah, there's a selling point. We won the FA Cup last season, because it's not considered a major trophy anymore. I know a lot of people don't like to accept that, but it isn't. Champions League, it's gutting that we're not going to be in Champions League next season. It's absolutely gutting. I don't want to have to spend another season watching the Champions League and Chelsea aren't in it. It's going to cost us maybe big time in terms of Courtois and Hazard staying, maybe Kante. We should have got rid of Kante 5-6 weeks ago. I don't know why he hasn't gone yet. It doesn't make any sense if you look at Chelsea's history. I would get rid of him now, and I would even just promote someone like Morris into the club now. I don't know, maybe they've already got a manager lined up, like Luis Enrique, and they don't want to do that. Jody Morris, he's not going to get the job. It is a dream, but it makes sense for me. He's not going to cost a lot of money. He's obviously clearly a talented manager. He deserves a chance. I just think it's better than getting in someone like Luis Enrique or Tuchel or whoever, who we're probably just going to sack in a year or two anyway. So, yeah, it's just it's a very disappointing time to be a Chelsea fan at the moment. It's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel with the way we sort of dug our own grave with poor average signings. We've obviously had Conte, and now we've messed up that relationship with him, and he needs to go now. We've also got rid of in the process Diego Costa. Batshuayi probably won't want to come back either. There's a lot of rebuilding to do at all levels at Chelsea at the moment, all the way from the players to the manager, coaching staff to the ballroom. Roman Abramovich and his team need to take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror and really ask themselves what they want out of this and what the long-term strategy is, because this short-term firing strategy, it's no longer working. And it's just going to blow up in our face, especially as now we can't go out and spend hundreds of millions of pounds in the summer because of obviously the new stadium. So we need to get our shit together.